I think that I did have a lot of momentum going into the last episode, especially the finale. For me, I felt like everything was lining up the way that it should have been. It was the right time for me. I was being rewarded from the world, and I had been putting a lot into everything that had led up to that day. And I really felt like my hard work was finally paying off. The song choices that they gave me, and from playing my dad's song to being able to play with Kiss to singing At Last for my finale song, and to be able to sing my original song, Darling Don't Go, which I wrote by myself for the love of my life. It just felt like it was just too perfect. I mean, I thought it had to be going the right direction, but you still have to tell yourself there's a possibility that maybe you won't win. So I just tried to keep it at an even keel and not really get too sure of anything, really. So, but I certainly could feel an energy that I hadn't felt before, and I could tell that people around me were feeling that energy. The other contestants were making comments about certain things, and people were predicting me to win all of a sudden, and there was just a huge change in everything, and I really do owe it most of it to that finale performance. But I had told myself if there was if I had any shot, and if there was any way that I was going to come down to the wire on the show, I was going to do everything that I could do to make sure that when I left the stage and I walked off from The Voice, that I did not have a single regret. And I did that every time. I did. It was actually the day of the results show when I thought I might win, and I got extremely scared and come to the realization that maybe I would win. And I was completely unprepared for winning, because I had thought that Wade and Billy were going to win. On social media, they had thousands and thousands of more people that were following them and tagging them, and that had liked their pages and things. And I had hinged most of this on that aspect of the media. Of course, I was completely wrong, and I seem to be wrong about a lot of things, mostly, but sometimes I get things right. And I could tell that the songs that we chose were the right songs. And I really felt like if I couldn't win after the performance I gave Monday, then I just can't win, period, because I know that there was nothing I could have done any better than what I did on Monday, ever. And I felt real good about that. And I prayed to the Lord, and I just told him, whatever path you lay for me is the path I'm going to take. I'm not even going to question. If I win, I win. If I don't win, I don't win. I just have to, just continue to try to grow as an artist, a father, and a husband, and a human, and just try to get better and have more positive things happen to me. And I've also realized that if you have positive thoughts and you walk in a positive line of thought throughout your day, a lot of positive things happen just from thinking that way. It's just funny how you can just think that positive things are going to happen and have really positive thoughts all day, and then you'll find at the end of the day that a lot of times just your train of thought determines the outcome of a lot of the small moments in your daily activity that you may not realize. And that's one of the things that I realized over the summer that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life and try to imply every day. And I'm really thankful that I was able to see that. Speak on behalf of past coaching experiences, but what I can tell you from what I've noticed was, for me, at some point he realized that I had a direction and a sound and an arrangement style that I was looking for, and he allowed me to pursue it with the band, with Paul and the guys. And I think that's when I really started to ascend on the show as far as the performances and the song choices and the song arrangements are concerned. And I could tell that it was making an immediate difference. I really don't know about the coaching styles of the other coaches because I didn't experience that. I know that there's a lot of things I did see that I really admired from the new female coaches. I really don't know much about Adam's coaching style, but I do know that Alicia and Molly both were very engaged in rehearsals. Also, wardrobe. They were very, very personable with the artists that were on their team, and they treated them with tons of respect. And they really, really wanted to be involved in everyday operations with their team, and that to me I thought was outstanding from just an outsider view. Well, I think Blake is just a badass. He's very sweet. He's a very genuine guy. He makes you feel really comfortable. I'm not sure how much of it he influenced me that I didn't even realize it, just because he's so casual with his delivery and his suggestions. So I think Blake's really sneaky. I mean, he may make it look like, I was out there doing all the heavy lifting, but it was probably his idea all along. And the only one who knows that is probably Blake Shelton. Absolute favorite moment probably for me is whenever he came to my side up there during that press conference at the end and was asking the record label to absolutely do what they could to make sure that they held up their end of the bargain. I thought that was very admirable. That's something that he certainly didn't need to do. And it just reaffirmed everything that I had believed all along, which is this guy's a badass. He deserves to be people's champion because he is the people's champion. And, I mean, for me, and nothing against the other coaches, and they're all very nice, but I think Blake is pretty much the whole show. I mean, everything hinges around him and just what a cool guy he is, man, and how likable that he is. And it's very entertaining to me to look at him when he does these skits and does all these things to make him not necessarily come off as the smartest guy all the time, which he absolutely is the smartest guy all the time. In fact, it's all of us that's getting played mostly, But he's got it figured out, man. He's just a great character, and he knows that, and he knows when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And I'm just really proud that I was able to build a relationship with Blake that I know that we're going to have, throughout this whole thing and probably for the rest of my life. After I won, we had the press conference. I was whisked off with my family, and Blake went his direction, and that could have very well been the end of everything. I may have never spoken to him again. But Blake texted me later that night, said, "Hey, Sundance, here's my phone number. Store me on your phone. Make sure you call me if there's anything you ever need." And just to let you know, man, that's the kind of guy that Blake is every day. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels like he's reached out to me, both as a mentor but also as a friend.